All right. Well, I see my first UFO video is getting some views, so that's cool. And I just thought I'd tell my second UFO story then. This one's about the black triangle that I saw. This happened a couple I was a little bit older. This was probably mid '90s. Could have still been early '90s though. Um, Early to mid '90s, Black Triangle. Um, so I'll just begin telling the story. This one's just as weird as the. This is a pretty weird one, but as I said, it's still a little bit more believable than the silver disc shaped craft that I saw when I was younger. Um, I think it has to do with like the shape, maybe. That doesn't mean that this, not any less weird though, because or and out there. So let's get into it. So, all right, trying to relive this memory here that I have of this. This is a pretty vivid one. Like I remember this like it was just yesterday. So my family was coming. This was in Ohio, northern Ohio. Family was going home. This was at night, going home, coming home from church. Um, some kind of church event, special church event or something that we had. Um, Driving on the road, I looked up and I noticed through the window something very bright was I don't want to say following us home, but it was going in the same direction as we were. It was a bright uh I want to say um orange, like an orangish yellow light. It was very very bright. It looked like just um a giant ball of light flying in the air. You couldn't see any craft. I mean, it was just this big orb of light. Um, I thought it was just like a very bright plane or something, I guess. But I was really weirded out. I was like, I never saw a plane like this before, and so I kept my eye on it because I was always into UFOs. After I saw the metallic silver craft when I was younger, that got me like heavily into all the UFO stuff. So, along with like watching Unsolved Mysteries and all that stuff back in the day. Um, so when we got home, I went outside to see if I could see the craft, right? And actually saw it coming, the light, and then all of a sudden the light went black. Like it completely vanished, although it didn't really vanish. As I was looking to find it because the light disappeared. The light completely shut off. So as I was looking to find the craft, um, I noticed. Let's see this. Let's see which part happened first. So I noticed that there were three. This is so weird. There were three red. I don't know how dim they were. There were three dimly lit red lights on the corners of the craft. And I immediately could tell that it was a black triangle, one of those black triangles that. Um, and I knew what the black triangle UFOs were. I think I might have saw something on Unsolved Mysteries or whatever. So I immediately knew what I was looking at. Um, I didn't know. I was thinking maybe it could be a secret military craft. So there's the red lights on it. Now that part's hazy, and they could have actually been dimly lit yellow lights or orange lights. But right now, like I'm remembering the red. It definitely had red light, some red lights on it. So that might have been where the red lights were. Um, Now this isn't really weird yet, though. The really strange stuff happens after this, like right after this, as I was watching it in the backyard, in my backyard at night. And this is, I don't even know what time it would have been, but and I think it actually might have been winter time too. So it gets dark early in the winter. It was cold, so I recall. Anyways. Um, Sorry, I'm also in some like crazy neck pain right now. I had injections and put into my put in my neck to try and help with the pain, but it's kind of letting up right now. But I want to press forward here, because now that I'm remembering the specifics of this, I'm remembering exactly how crazy this was, and you'll see here in a second. Um, so this thing, I want to say it was pretty freaking high up there, but it was so big that you could still clearly, tell the shape of it, and like that it was, there was a craft there. Like it wasn't so high to where you can't like observe it and analyze it and stuff. It wasn't. It was big. It was really high up, but it was big. So you could still tell the specifics of this thing. It was crazy how big I believe this thing was. Um, all right, so here's what started to happen. So the red lights were on. At first, it was completely black, and then I saw those red lights come on, those dim corner lights. It looked like a perfect triangle to me, like a perfect black triangle. Um, could I hear anything? I'm not sure. That I don't remember. I don't remember hearing anything though from it. Yeah, because I observed it for hours. I was so fascinated by it. I don't remember any sound. That's another weird thing, right? Okay, because if it was a jet, like, I don't know, wouldn't there be some sound? But, okay. So so here comes the weird stuff. So I remember at one point it shot from the front of it, the front point of it, as it went forward. It shot a beam. It shot a beam of light out, like you could see the beam um, across the sky. And I'm like, whoa, okay, what is this? I It looked like it was a really powerful light because you could see the dang beam across the sky. Then that disappeared. I don't think the beam was there for very long, and it only happened once, I think. I almost thought that it was like searching for something, like because I don't know. And um, then the red lights went out, and it was completely black, but I could still see it. There were, because the sky was clear. I could see all the stars, and I could see its black silhouette gliding, sort of like floating, gliding across the stars. So I knew, I was observing it for a long time. I knew it was still there. I could see it, still see it, and then the red lights would come on again. the red lights weren't bright, very bright. I remember them being dimly lit. But so here comes the strangest part of them all. Now you this is something out of a science fiction movie or something. This this part right here leads me to believe that this might not be man-made. Okay, here we go. A center light came on in the middle of the craft, and the center light was either white or yellow. So there was like this center light, and all of a sudden outshot this. It looked like a secondary craft. It was white. It was a white orb. It was smaller. It was small, and it came out of the middle of that dang triangle craft. It didn't shoot out of it like a missile or or a missile or the spotlight thing. It wasn't like that. It literally came out of I watched it literally come out of the craft, and it moved in the sky on its own. It didn't. I'm trying to remember here. So it kind of went down and then started accelerating forward. And it looked like a white. Now it wasn't real bright. It was like but you could tell. I mean, you could see it. You clearly see it. That it came out of the craft. It like sort of like descended from the craft, and then it accelerated like forward on its own way. Like this, it looked like a white light orb looking craft, or just white light thing, you know. I'm trying to remember. I think it may have actually, as I was watching it, accelerate forward, it may have actually also the light may have went off on that thing. I think it may have slowly, now that I remember, like slowly got dark and I couldn't see it again, maybe, or I could faintly see it, I think, going across the sky for a little bit longer. Again, no noise. And then I didn't see that anymore, and I could still see the craft up there. It went dark again. And I don't know why. It's weird because it circled around my house area, my neighborhood area. It didn't go away from above my house for quite a while. Like this, we're talking hours that it circled around. So I don't know what it was doing up there. And I do find it strange that the light came to directly above our house, like from where we were coming from. Like, why there? I don't know. I don't know. It was just flying over my house and the nearby homes, way up there. And I observed it for a really long time. I think I tried to draw like a picture of it and everything. And I was wanting to send it into like Unsolved Mysteries or something so they could tell my story. That, of course, that never happened. But yeah, now that I remember like the specifics of this thing, it really is really strange. So that part If that part had not happened, like the little secondary craft thing coming out of it, I'd be less inclined to think like otherworldly. But since that happened, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Maybe it is just as weird as those silver metallic craft I saw when I was younger. Maybe it was like I don't know. But I'm glad I'm telling this story too because this one's the most vivid. They're all vivid. I can still remember what I saw and everything in pretty good detail. But that's my second UFO story. Hope you like it. If I think of anything else that I saw back in the day, I will definitely post that too. I don't recall anything else though. Um, I never saw another one of these black triangles again, and I definitely watched the skies, um, but never again. I never saw that same one or like a different one again. But I know a lot of people have seen the black triangles and they've had similar stories as mine, like with the lights on it and stuff, like the center light and those like red lights, and it's like it looked like a perfect black triangle. Um, Gosh, that's so weird. And I've known other people that have seen them too. Um, so yeah, let me know what you think about all this, and thanks for watching.